WWE just released a comprehensive video package chronicling the rise and fall of ZaRuca, and I am furious that one of the most promising tag teams in NXT history, ZaRuca and ZaRuca, two powerhouse athletes who lifted each other up and became championship contenders together, imploded in the most devastating betrayal when ZaRuca hit Sol with a spear and F5 on the 24th of February 2026 right before her NXT Women's Championship match against Jackie Jane, destroying months of friendship because ZaRuca couldn't handle watching her best friend receive opportunities while she stood in the shadows. On the 31st of March 2026 at Madison Square Garden, WWE cameras captured ZaRuca and ZaRuca getting into a heated confrontation outside the arena near hot dog carts, with ZaRuca screaming that she could never be jealous while officials desperately tried to separate them, all building toward their emotional showdown at NXT Stand and Deliver on the 4th of April. And here's what has me absolutely enraged: ZaRuca took to social media calling ZaRuca out for not knowing how to communicate your feelings in a constructive way, proving this isn't just a wrestling feud but a real breakdown of friendship where jealousy turned into resentment and destroyed what could have been NXT's next great women's tag team dynasty. If you think ZaRuca was justified in turning on Sol, or if you believe Sol was being selfish with her opportunities, drop your take in the comments right now, because what I'm about to chronicle will show you how WWE perfectly captured the slow burn collapse of a once unbreakable bond. Part 1: The Rise. How ZaRuca formed December 2024 January 2026. Let me start at the beginning of the ZaRuca story, the Iron Survivor Challenge. At NXT Deadline on the 7th of December 2024, both ZaRuca and ZaRuca competed in the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. This match determined the one contender for the NXT Women's Championship. Neither woman won, but they impressed each other with their performance. First trivia question for the comments: ZaRuca won the Women's Speed Championship by defeating which wrestler in April 2025? Name the opponent. The team formation. According to Wikipedia, she went on to form a tag team with fellow Iron Survivor Challenge competitor ZaRuca, later colloquially known as ZaRuca. The pair teamed up for the first time on the 17th of December 2024 episode of NXT. They faced the Metagirls Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend in a losing effort, but the chemistry was there. Fans immediately took to calling them ZaRuca, the combination of their names. Early success. On the 4th of March 2025 episode of NXT, ZaRuca defeated Piper Niven and Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green. ZaRuca pinned Chelsea Green. This earned Sol a Women's United States Championship match 2 weeks later. She failed to defeat Green for the title, but ZaRuca was making waves. Second question: ZaRuca is from which country? Name the nation where she was born before moving to WWE. The Turning Point Gold Rush. November 2025. At NXT Gold Rush on the 18th of November 2025, the first crack appeared in ZaRuca. ZaRuca challenged Blake Monroe for the NXT Women's North American Championship. ZaRuca was in Sol's corner, but during the match, ZaRuca threw in the towel, causing Sol to lose the championship opportunity. According to Wikipedia, ZaRuca failed to regain the NXT Women's North American Championship from Monroe after ZaRuca threw in the towel. This was the first sign that things weren't right between them. The TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship opportunity. Despite the Gold Rush tension, ZaRuca kept pushing forward. On the 20th of January 2026 episode of NXT, they won a huge match. According to Wikipedia, ZaRuca defeated Fatal Influence Fallon Henley and Laney Reed and RenQCC Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray in a triple threat tag team match to earn a TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship match. This was their biggest opportunity yet. They had a shot at championship gold in another company. Third question: the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship match was set to take place at which TNA event? Name the show. Part 2: The Fall. The jealousy builds. January-February 2026. Now let's talk about what went wrong. Sol's individual success. While ZaRuca was together, ZaRuca continued receiving individual opportunities. Her accomplishments included Women's Speed Champion April 2025. NXT Women's North American Champion April 2025. TNA Knockouts Championship Challenger. Women's United States Championship Challenger. Royal Rumble participant the 31st of January 2026. Selected by John Cena for Iron Survivor Challenge December 2024. Wrestled on John Cena's final SNME against Bayley. ZaRuca's frustration. Meanwhile, ZaRuca received none of these opportunities. According to Enforce the Sport, ZaRuca is jealous of all the opportunities ZaRuca has received since their friendship started to develop. Ruca is a former NXT Women's Speed Champion and NXT Women's North American Champion, but has also challenged for the TNA Knockouts Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. ZaRuca hasn't received an opportunity for any of these. The resentment was building. Fourth question, at NXT Stand and Deliver April 19, 2025, ZaRuca won the NXT Women's North American Championship in what type of match? Name the match stipulation. Part 3, The Betrayal. The 24th of February 2026. On the 24th of February 2026, everything exploded. Soul's title opportunity. ZaRuca earned a shot at the NXT Women's Championship against Jackie Jane. This was Soul's biggest opportunity yet. A chance to become NXT Women's Champion. The attack. According to Wrestling Inc., ZaRuca cost Ruca her shot at the NXT Women's Championship when she attacked the #1 contender before the match. ZaRuca hit Ruca with a spear and an F5, allowing for Jane to get the easy victory. ZaRuca destroyed her best friend. A spear, an F5. Soul never had a chance to compete. Jackie Jane won easily. ZaRuca's demand. After attacking Soul, ZaRuca demanded her own championship opportunity from Jackie Jane. She wanted to be rewarded for the attack. Fifth question, the F5 finishing move was made famous by which WWE Hall of Famer? Name the wrestler who popularized this move. Part 4, The Aftermath. March 2026. After the betrayal, the feud intensified. The 3rd of March 2026, the Double Soul Snatcher. On the 3rd of March episode of NXT, both ZaRuca and NXT Women's Champion Jackie Jane went back and forth. Then ZaRuca appeared. According to Enforce the Sport, Ruca came out, hit both women with her patented Soul Snatcher, causing a disqualification. Soul laid out both women. She got revenge on ZaRuca, and she sent a message to Jackie Jane. The 25th of March 2026, the face-to-face. On the 25th of March NXT episode, Soul and ZaRuca had an emotional confrontation. Soul's promo. Soul spoke about how she tried to figure out where she lost ZaRuca as a friend. According to 411 Mania, she noted that she stood by ZaRuca despite all the issues between them and that ZaRuca didn't want a team but instead sought her own moment, and when she couldn't make it she turned on Ruca. Soul said she tried to pull ZaRuca forward and shared every opportunity with her. ZaRuca's response. ZaRuca fired back with a scathing promo. According to 411 Mania, she said that she was constantly in Ruca's shadow and that her turn wasn't a betrayal, rather it was her taking back what Ruca took for her. ZaRuca added, she said that Ruca wasn't the villain in her story, but her mistake. Fans at the WWE Performance Center cheered for ZaRuca. Sixth question, NXT Stand and Deliver 2026 takes place in which city? Name the host city for the 4th of April event. The match is set. ZaRuca challenged ZaRuca to a match at NXT Stand and Deliver. ZaRuca accepted. The match was official. Part 5, the 31st of March 2026 highlights the hot dog cart brawl. Now let's get to the March 31 ST content that WWE highlighted. The Madison Square Garden confrontation. NXT was at the Infosys Theater at Madison Square Garden on the 31st of March 2026. But before the show, WWE cameras captured chaos on the streets of New York City. The viral video. According to Wrestling Inc., video of their heated confrontation was posted online. The video, obviously staged for fans to catch and share to social media, was posted by an account called Dropkick Discussions to X, formerly Twitter, on Tuesday. What happened? The footage showed ZaRuca and ZaRuca near hot dog stands and food vendors. WWE officials were desperately trying to separate them. According to the report, the footage shows ZaRuca being moved away from Ruca by WWE officials as the women shout at each other near a line of hot dog stands and other food vendors. ZaRuca was screaming, "I could never be jealous." She called Soul selfish and self-centered. Soul stood calmly alongside Nikita Lyons. Seventh question, ZaRuca's tag team partner in this confrontation was Nikita Lyons. Can you name the wrestling style / background Nikita Lyons comes from? Drop your answer. The social media war. After the confrontation, ZaRuca took to Twitter /X with a powerful statement. According to Vice, "I can understand jealousy, but what I can't understand is letting it fester and turning it into resentment instead of acknowledging it, identifying the root cause and using it to fuel your personal growth, and what I'm supposed to apologize for you being jealous of me." Soul called out ZaRuca's inability to communicate. She added, "Not to mention trying to slow down my momentum just to make you more comfortable is crazy work. I never once thought of you as second to me, but you did." It's not my fault you don't know how to communicate your feelings in a constructive way and work with me to get what you want. Brutal. The Texas Brawl. ZaRuca also brawled at an NXT live event in Allen, Texas on the 29th of March. According to Cageside Seats, the former best friends brawled backstage at an NXT live event on Saturday in Allen. WWE cameras caught the chaos, as ZaRuca hurled Ruca into a fence door before officials rushed in to separate them. They later had a match that ended in disqualification. The crowd chanted, "Let them fight." Final question. After hearing both sides, who do you think is in the right? Ruca for pursuing her opportunities, or ZaRuca for feeling left in the shadows? Give your take. Part 6 NXT Stand and Deliver, the 4th of April 2026. This all leads to NXT Stand and Deliver. The match, Ruca vs ZaRuca, the 4th of April 2026 at the factory at the District in St. Louis, Missouri. The stakes. This isn't about a championship. This is about friendship. This is about jealousy. This is about communication. This is about two women who lifted each other up, only to tear each other down. Soul's perspective. According to Fox News interview with Ruca, again, I don't see how someone who's just trying to keep going with their momentum can be the heel in this sort of situation. It's like having a friend and being like, "Hey, you're doing really well at your job. You need to stop because I want to do really well in my job." Soul doesn't think she's in the wrong. She believes ZaRuca is jealous. ZaRuca's perspective. ZaRuca believes she was always in Soul's shadow. She believes the betrayal wasn't a betrayal, it was her choosing herself. She believes Soul held her back. Conclusion: a friendship destroyed. The rise and fall of ZaRuca is one of NXT's most emotional storylines. The rise. White Heavy Checkmark formed after Iron Survivor Challenge December 2024. White Heavy Checkmark defeated top teams to earn TNA Knockouts tag title shot. White Heavy Checkmark showed incredible chemistry. White Heavy Checkmark became fan favorites. The fall. White Heavy Checkmark Gold Rush ZaRuca threw in towel November 2025. White Heavy Checkmark Soul received opportunities, ZaRuca didn't. White Heavy Checkmark jealousy festered into resentment. White Heavy Checkmark the 24th of February betrayal spear and F5. White Heavy Checkmark March confrontations and brawls. The future. The 4th of April at Stand and Deliver. Ruca vs ZaRuca. Will Soul get revenge for the betrayal? Will ZaRuca prove she deserves to step out of the shadow? Can their friendship ever be repaired? WWE captured the entire journey in their 31st of March highlight package. From best friends to bitter rivals. Smash that like button if you're Team Soul. Subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1 for Stand and Deliver coverage. Drop your takes. Is ZaRuca justified? Was Soul selfish? Who wins at Stand and Deliver? Let's debate. I'll catch you in the next one.